Any business that isn't actively looking for ways to use AI is going to be toast sooner than you think. AI is already deeply embedded in your life, even if you don't know it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how it's already here, how businesses can use AI to make huge productivity gains, and what will happen to those businesses who refuse to do it. And when you finish watching this video, you're going to know more than about 99% of people about how the future belongs to AI-driven businesses. And you'll have a shortcut to staying on the cutting edge. When ChatGPT burst onto the scene, it was, well, kind of underwhelming. It really wasn't that good at first. But what I realized is it didn't matter how good it was at any given time, it's how quickly it was getting better that mattered. If it got just 1% better every day, that's a 37x better in a year. And boy, has it gotten better fast. In under 18 months, we went from an interesting parlor trick to a technology that I've used to replace entire job functions in my business. So let's look at several ways AI is already shaping your life today, and then look at how businesses are using it and where business owners will crush the competition by deploying AI even faster. You're watching this video because of AI, even if you don't realize it. I used AI to research a topic, to get ideas, get feedback on it, and AI-powered tools were used to edit this video. And an AI algorithm determined that you would be interested in this video based on your watch history and other data, and it presented it to you at a time when it thought you'd be most likely to want to see it. As you browse the internet, you're seeing ads. Each one of those ads is being served to you because an AI has calculated that it's most likely to be relevant to you at that time. Your credit card company is using AI to detect potentially fraudulent charges. Remember in the old days, you had to call the credit card company and tell them that you're out of town and to expect charges from Italy? Well, maybe you're not old enough, but I am. But now you just show up in Italy and you start using your credit card and it's predicting whether or not it's you. All of these things are invisible to you, but every week, new AI applications are becoming a regular part of your life. Now let's turn to why businesses that embrace AI the fastest are going to win, and those that don't are just going to fall behind fast. Simply put, AI is one of the biggest levers that you can put into a business. Any business can be thought of as a machine. Capital, raw materials, and customer needs come in, and the products and the profits come out. Anything that you can do to make that machine more efficient means less cost and more profit. And the faster that you can stack these wins, the further you can pull ahead of the competition. Now let's look at some real world examples of two businesses. Now let's imagine two marketing agencies. One of them is doing things the traditional way. They've got account managers, they've got writers and designers and SEO specialists, paid media specialists. They're helping clients get more customers. And that's how it's always been done. It's a group of people, all of whom are paid a salary, which is marked up with a profit margin, and that's billed to the client. But what happens when another agency comes along and gets really good at deploying AI, replacing a lot of the human work of writing and designing and SEO and paid media with AI? All of a sudden, their cost structure is far lower. They can cut costs, or they can give their clients much more extensive service for the same price as that traditional agency. In fact, this is exactly what's happening in the agency space. I talk to a lot of agency owners, and they're trying to figure out how to do this better and better, and they're pulling ahead. A lot of the work has been commoditized really quickly. The strategy might still be handled by humans today, but the execution, which is required by a big team, doesn't have to be. Of course, isn't limited to marketing. AI is making fast inroads into customer service, and it won't be long before you see entire departments of customer service replaced with AI. Whether it's chatbots, whether it's live responses on the phone, the technology is getting that good. So businesses have a choice. Either figure out how to do this fast, or be the last one with a bloated cost structure while the rest of the competition pulls ahead. There's a problem though, and that's that a lot of businesses aren't experts in AI. So what they're doing is they're waiting for products to be released that use AI in order to get those advantages. In other words, they're trying to have things packaged up for them kind of in the products they already use, waiting for them to add an AI feature or looking for a new product that can do that. But here's the problem with that. If you wait until those products get released, your competition has access to them too at the same time. You're not actually getting ahead of the curve. You're on the curve. So that's just table stakes, and you want to get ahead. If someone else is figuring this out, they can eat your lunch if you just wait around waiting for everyone to get access to the same stuff. If you haven't figured out how to do it, it doesn't mean it's not possible to AIify your business. It just means that you haven't looked in the right places. So here's how the successful businesses are doing this now, and they're making sure to stay ahead. Now, I want you to stay until the end of this video so you can see how even a non-tech savvy business can just plug and play AI into their business. But for now, understand that now the winning businesses in the AI arms race are going to do the following. Two things. Number one, they will look for repetitive, low variance tasks. That means the things that are most easily replaced with AI, and they're doing them repeatedly. So remember our customer service example? That's the kind of thing that is perfect for AI. 80% or more of the questions are repetitive. They have the same answer. So they can be replaced with an AI that's going to be way more cost effective because it's the same thing again and again, and it's low variance. In other words, it's not a huge number of changes to these small number of questions. SEO research could be another one. It's done in a very repetitive manner, and there's not as much artistry to it as there might be in some other aspects of strategy. Now, the second thing, after choosing what those areas are that are low variance and are repeated a lot, is to rank those areas by how much they cost. So using the same example, it might cost a lot more for a customer service since there are a bunch of reps with salaries, but SEO is just, maybe it's one agency or you've got an SEO guy handling it for less money. So if that was the choice you were making, then customer service might be the first place that you'd place your bets on AI. Now you know the number one thing to replace with AI, and all you do is repeat this process. Each time you're going to find the lowest hanging fruit, and then you're going to replace it with AI. But as I said, there's one more problem, that businesses don't always have the staff that's comfortable with AI tools. So they're kind of waiting for it to come prepackaged to them in some platform, but then they're not getting the advantage. These companies, they don't know where to start. And so maybe they start using tools like ChatGPT, but they aren't staying up to date on how to best use the tools as they evolve. So now they have to train their staff, but the staff not really fully comfortable with ChatGPT. Maybe the company owner is, maybe the management is, and you've got some leadership who's really taking this and getting serious about it, but it's actually really hard to roll this out to your staff if they're not really technology savvy. So here's the real secret that will separate the winners from the losers. The companies that win will figure out how to integrate AI and humans seamlessly. In other words, not just having people operating AIs like a supervisor or typing in things into chat, but having a framework where the AI can act just like another team member. Now, if that sounds far-fetched, it's not. I'm going to share you how I'm doing this in a minute. But the big takeaway is that conversational AIs are a great start, but companies using these aren't going to get the massive efficiency gains that are possible. Here's what I'm doing that can help solve this problem for you so you can stay on the cutting edge. Now imagine that your team has a task list, right? We talked about a company as a set of inputs and a set of outputs, and in between, there's that wonderful machine that is going to generate you profits. So all of the things that need to get done are task list, and every company has a set of processes, and many of them have documented them in a playbook or a manual or checklists. Right now, people are doing all the tasks, and the less successful ones might adopt AI by having a person on that checklist use an AI. So a person is instructed on the checklist, hey, go and use this tool. Go type this into ChatGPT and get this. Go use this tool that we have paid for, the software tool, and get some information out. But ultimately, all of these less successful companies are going to be doing that. They're going to have a person, a human, operating the AI. Now, I'm doing something very different. On my task list, instead of having to assign things to people, I can assign them to a person or to an AI. In other words, the AIs are just like team members. I don't have to have my people operating them, which means my team doesn't need to be technical. That lets any business implement AIs without needing tech experts. And what's even better is if new AIs come to market with new skills, with new ways to improve processes, with new ways to replace human effort, now these businesses can replace human tasks, making their team more efficient. They got a new skill that could replace human labor, and they can plug it right in because on the task list, there's both humans and AIs. You just swap one out for the other. This is about changing how you think about AI. It's not a software tool that you have a person operate. It's another team member. Now, I did it by building a platform called Atomized, which you can check out at atomized.ai. The question for you is, are you going to take this seriously? And are you going to actually be on the cutting edge, or are you going to fall behind because you're doing things the old way?